Hello and welcome to Arbaal, the Undefeated, Episode 2, Legendary Campaign, Cinematic, and what we left in the previous episode, we're about to conquer the first province. Very simple, very straightforward. This is from the Ogres, and soon it will be ours, the Skull Road. Then, as a follow-up, we are going to go and use the Challenges of Khorne against Malagor. So that's it for this episode, basically. Let's get to it. First of all, we don't have enough movement points, so it's going to take a little bit more time. That's good, we can still replenish enough. I could use the combat trials. If you're feeling confident, you can use that. It's still a little bit of experience, but for now I think I really don't want that, and I just want to be completely full in terms of replenishment. Karakdum actually became ours because it was drawn to destruction. That's the mechanic. Upon Khorne or raised settlements can become Khorne settlements as long as you have one in the province. I'm glad actually I didn't have to use the ability there of 1,000 skulls to increase the percentage. I could get the army ability summoned from beyond, and I think that would be very helpful, especially against Malagor. So yeah, 1,000 skulls for that. And if I use 8,000, I'll get the portal glyph as long as with some other objects. That's nice. That's a summon unit of Chaos Furies. That's actually quite good. Flyers are always very helpful, and summons themselves are always very helpful, let alone summons of flyers. So, yeah. Research completed with the spread rage, so definitely we'll have even better chances. Let's go for armaments because I want a relentless rage ability. Unit is unbreakable, cannot die, and has unwavering assault, which is perfect. It's just exactly so useful for Khorne. When entities cannot die, it's just terrifying having to fight a unit that suddenly can fight back with all its strength, like a halberd unit or a chosen unit. Can you imagine that? So of course it's even more helpful with a single entity that cannot die, or a demonic unit for instance, but yeah, there's plenty of uses for that. This battle, we're gonna go in flank position right there, as you can see in that position, and we're gonna have a vanguard of my 4 horsemen units to thwart some of these ogre bulls. They don't have the speed to tackle against me, and I can fire while moving, so I'm already destroying a few of these guys. And as soon as they approach, I have my halberds in position, so there's no way. We're just gonna take out a few of them extra. One more ogre is dead, and some others have some health issues, I guess. Casting the summon, this is completely without realizing who is here. I just figured that the missile unit, the slingers, would be in the middle, and I decided to tackle and go and use the ability against them. That way, the summon portal, the summon unit will destroy them. Also give some damage to some ogre bulls, which is always nice. Yeah, it's all good, and this also triggers the enemy into attacking me, which is perfect. I'm still using my vanguard units, my horsemen, while my troops get into position. Basically just a staggered line with halberds on the back and the shielded units on the front. And now we're going to receive a charge from the ogre bulls. Even though these are chaos warriors, they can deal with them just fine. They're very powerful. Halberds alone can deal with a couple of these units for sure. All the while, Nobblers can do very little against such armored foes. Don't know about you, but I really like going and zooming in on all the battles right now. I used to almost not zoom at all, and since I've done this, I started this whole idea of a series, I just zoom in so much, and it's just so much more entertaining for me that I don't mind playing a battle and then replaying it basically and recording for you guys again. And yep, that's almost the victory. Only the Lord is left, and I'm gonna send the horsemen against him to cause the army losses, as well as a summoning. So I summoned the unit on him, and we're already attacking with my horsemen. Doesn't matter if I lose some of my units, because all of this is just to ensure that we take them out. And that's a victory. Time to pursue the enemy. Always pursue. It gives you more XP, guys. And especially, it gives more XP to the units that you kind of want, like the pursuants, the cavalry units. It's always nice to have. So yeah, just make sure that you always pursue in the end of a battle. That's a nice victory and a lot of loot. It's always important. And either we get Blood for the Blood God or Skulls for the Skull Throne. So Skulls for the Skull Throne in this case. I could get some Blood Hosts, and I know that's a little bit of the optimal style, let's say. But for now I want to try to focus a little bit more just on Arbaal and make it a little bit more of a standard gameplay. And I really want the skulls for that. So just trying it out a different way of doing things. Of course, on the next few, we're just gonna get a lot of blood for the Blood God. So using those Blood Hosts, I wanted to try and get some bonuses for the Blood Hosts before I do those, you know, like with the either with the challenges, because they do have some bonuses with that, or with tech. So that's why. Okay, when fighting a battle, your army will start with Vigor Tired, but I want, after completing a challenge, getting 5 Khorne's favor. I could get that the enemy will get a significant stat increase, but I don't know how significant that is. So for now, no. We're gonna travel, and I really want to make sure that I can fight it, because I not only have to fight it, I have to fight the garrison as well. So do I want to fight it right now? Or do I want to wait until we are complete? Maybe I want to wait a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to be in the vicinity of the place, just in case they want to come at me. Maybe there's a secondary army. I don't know. I don't think there is a secondary army, but I'm just gonna encamp and see if they give up, they flee, or something like that. For now, Harbinger of Disaster. I need to get a war. Who is at war with them? Is this the Blood? No, that's not it. The Icon. Hold on. What was the Icon? It was a Vampire Counts faction. Yeah, it's that Vampire Counts faction initially. The Sires of Mulcain. There we go. Let's request to join the war and get some gold. Perfect. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted. So Arbaal the Undefeated. Oh, now he's not getting replenishment because he's in foreign territory. So capture province. We did get the Drawn to Destruction of the Tribe Slaughter. I was lucky, actually. Usually this doesn't happen as quick, because you have a chance, and sometimes you can wait a few turns. But in this case I was quite lucky. We're getting mostly mortal settlements. Upkeep is good. Income from post-battle loot is also excellent. Income from raiding is excellent as well. Kind of want growth, replenishment rate. Well, I don't need it. I need control, and I need to ensure that I have some growth there. Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine and perfectly viable. We are getting in trouble that we need to attack now, because we don't have any favor from Khorne. So let's attack it. And yeah, that's a settlement from the Beastmen, so it should be fairly easy. We can use a layered initiative here. Let's fight the battle. Sending my missile cavalry against the Unger Raiders. And we're setting up my units into 2 locations. This is always how I attack these settlements. Just a standard sweep, let's say, through the enemy forces. Let's go. Now the enemy is sending a Manticore against us, so it's time for us to flee and ensure that we can take him out. I'm going to use the summon ability to take out those archer units. There we go, some bloodletters come in to wreck those Unger raiders. Now that they are retreating, we can go against whatever comes in through this place. I think the harpies will land on us, which is excellent for us. We do have that bonuses as infantry and armor piercing, so that's actually a battle that we want to happen. Of course, they are overwhelming us, but still, we can do a lot of damage to these harpies. After that damage is done, I'm invading and attacking with my Chaos Warriors, who have now arrived. My Chaos Warriors of Khorne, of course, who are now ready to take out these Unger raiders. The spearmen will bear no chance against our superior infantry. Almost no one has superior infantry than Khorne, really. So you're always fine sending your Chaos Warriors against almost anything. Cultist wants some of the action and will invade here. Although those are spearmen, you gotta be careful. And I'm gonna use my second army ability, oh sorry, my second summon, to take out a few of these archer units. They do have some harpies and a giant nearby, so they won't be able to destroy them, but still buying precious time here. All the while, my other Chaos Warriors and Arbaal, the Undefeated, are attacking on this side, almost unimpeded. Let's go. There we go. Sending in my dogs on the background, as you've seen there. The Fleshhounds are perfect to chase down enemy archers or just standard enemies, attacking them from the flank or rear. As I'm doing now, just trying to flank the enemy with my doggos. They have a barricade here that it's complicating matters, but still the Skull Crushers should do just fine with some support from the Fleshhounds. And overall, everything is going just fine. We're surrounding that giant with some hammerers, with some halberds. I was playing Dowie the other day, so apologies. So my cultist is actually fleeing because this is a huge amount of units. I wish I had the Sword of Khorne. That would be a perfect target for it. But instead, we're gonna have to do it the old way, the medieval two-way, with a nice set of units just slowly chipping away on these warbands, basically. It reminds me of when we would use the X-Men against the warbands, really. Now that's a nice horse. I really like the hooves. It's really amazing. As you can see there, I'm using the army ability, which gives them 24 melee attack, so all of these guys should be causing a lot more damage. And finally, my Khorne dogs are attacking here, as well as my blood shrine. Wah! It's gotta be one of the coolest animations in the game, the shrine attacking. I'm retreating because he reinforced with like 3 units, so I just want to charge over again and cycle charge these guys perfectly. Have to be careful because this is a lot of infantry, but they are now routing. You can hear the horn, so someone is routing. But overall, I'm destroying their pieces, their single entities. My halberds against the big halberd dude. Oh, that was nasty. But yeah, this Gorbel doesn't stand a chance. Those are corn halberds. They will do the trick. You know, I'm sending in my cavalry units. They don't have any missiles now, so this is just to flank them and force them to rout, which finally will happen. There's no way they can survive for so long on this prolonged melee attack. They don't have the leadership for it. And my cultist and my exalted hero are doing massive amounts of damage there. So soon these guys will all be routing. And yeah, that's definitely going to cause army losses very soon. Malagor is still flying away. He's been sending out some flocks of doom. Early on he doesn't have that much power, so it's kind of fine to ignore him or disregard him. I could have had my corn... Marauders of Corn, the horsemen hitting him, but I didn't feel like it was necessary. So now I'm sending just the horsemen against the last unit of archers, and I think that will be fine just to cause enemy army losses. Don't be afraid of using these guys in melee. They are quite powerful actually. They have frenzy, they have a lot of good stats, so it's not like they're invincible in combat, but they are not like other skirmishing cav. They can handle their own in melee. So yeah, and that will soon create army losses. Come on, I know they have a lot of units, but right now they're losing and I haven't lost almost anything. So if not mistaken, as soon as I twist around, yep, that's army losses. Bye bye Malagor, you're eliminated from the game. That's some nice amount of skulls and gold, and that should help us. Now we are going to occupy this, and then everything else nearby we're just going to raise. That's the idea here. We don't have a decent trait with Malagor, that's the sad part, but at least that's an elimination of an enemy, and it was an easy challenge of Khorne to do. Plus we do get some replenishment, so that's nice. Let's get Deadly Blade. Actually should have been hard to hit, but I missed that one. And let's get Chaos Strategist, because I really want the replenishment. It's always nice, but the training action always helps as well. So I want to get these units as good as possible. They will go to my third army by the time that I upgrade them to chosen units. So over here we do want this. And what do I want here? Growth and casualty replenishment would be nice. But income from post-battle loot, I think I need to start getting those in some of these places. So it is time to get a secondary lord. So let's start building a new army with a Chaos Lord, of course, following the theme. Scaled Skin feels just perfect. He's quite good at surviving. And we're gonna get some Marauder Horsemen, I think. Just getting anything that doesn't have a lot of upkeep, really, first. And that actually just helps and solidifies with the garrison. So we already recruited those, skip the turn, and we're gonna get some Chaos Warriors with halberds because Archeon is coming in. We're gonna have to deal with him with Arbaal. He has a way to teleport, but before we do so, I want to get my cultists to create the possibility of returning here. So Sven, you're gonna go and leave, there we go, and you're gonna go to Galbaraz, I think? Yeah, he can reach it, and establish a cult. This way I can always come back to this location and start wrecking these. And this is actually quite an interesting one because it does give me some income and skulls gained from kills. So I'll need to capture Galbaraz, that's for sure. Even if I'm now just fine with them. Skulls each time a battle is fought in this province, that's good. Casualty replenishment rate. And control all provinces. Corn corruption, unit experience there. I don't think so. Let me remember. This is the one that instantly teleports my faction leader. This gives me 5,000 income and declaration of war, and this just costs gold and gives me the cult magus. Yeah, later on. So for now, I don't think that's going to be the most important one. I'll just try to get some income and skulls in case there's some battles. Pretty sure that Scarbrand is going to be there. And maybe it's just some corn corruption. Or maybe I don't build a building at all. Who knows? I'll leave it for the teleporting building.
Khorne's greatest champion.
So you want the cultist. I don't want to leave him here. This is from Scarbrand. And I think this is, for now, just fine. Yeah. You're going to replenish the troops later. And then you're going to transport... Do I want ambush? No, I don't want ambush. We want Wallborn, so recruitment cost and recruitment rank upgraded, basically. And in terms of buildings, yes, we want Karak Doom. Do we, or do we want to wait for a tier 3? Kind of wanted to wait for a tier 3, but... Yeah, I don't want this building here. I just needed some, you know, other military units, so I'm gonna build that up on the main province, but everything else is fine for now. We're gonna go, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. I hope you guys enjoy. Bye bye.